Welcome to today's deep dive into a family of predatory water bugs, the water scorpions. These aren't actual scorpions, of course, but a unique kind of true bug with a strange prehistoric appearance and some seriously impressive adaptations. From stealthy ambush tactics to a built-in breathing snorkel, there's more to these creatures than meets the eye. If you're interested in learning more, check out the description for a document with research papers and image copyright information. Despite the name, water scorpions are insects. They belong to the order Hemiptera, the true bugs, which includes between 80,000 to 100,000 species. Like all insects, bugs have 4 wings, 6 legs, and a chitinous exoskeleton. But what really sets them apart is their mouthparts. These have been transformed into a piercing structure called a stylet, which folds neatly into the lower lip when not in use. This needle-like mouthpart is used to inject saliva into their food, and then suck up the liquefied remains. That's key to how they feed. Their saliva contains enzymes that start breaking down food from the outside. Once it's reduced to liquid, they simply drink it. Most bugs use this strategy to feed on plant sap, but some, like water scorpions, are specialized predators. I have actually been thinking about doing a video on assassin bugs, one of the other main groups of predatory bugs in this order, so if that's something you'd like to see, let me know in the comments. Hemipterans have a distinct way of developing, the hemimetabolous. In fact, Hemiptera is the largest order of hemimetabolous insects. Many other insects, like flies and butterflies, are holometabolous. In those species, the eggs hatch into larvae, forms that look nothing like the adult, like maggots or caterpillars. These larvae then undergo a full metamorphosis to become the adult insect. But in hemimetabolous insects like bugs, the eggs hatch directly into nymphs. These are smaller versions of the adult. They lack functional reproductive organs and may be missing features like wings, but they broadly resemble the adult form. As the nymph grows, it sheds its exoskeleton several times, gradually developing into its final adult stage. No dramatic transformation required. Hemiptera is a big and diverse order, but it's generally divided into 4 suborders, each with its own quirks. The first is Sternorhyncha, a group that includes aphids, scale insects, mealybugs, whiteflies, and their relatives. These bugs are best known for feeding on plants, often in ways that make them major agricultural pests. Their mouthparts are unusual too. They emerge from the underside of the head and point backwards. Many have bizarre life cycles involving flightless forms, asexual reproduction, or even colonies with division of labour, something not often seen outside ants and bees. Then there's Heteroptera. This is the largest and most diverse group in Hemiptera, and it's where we find today's focus, the water scorpions. The third group, and one you might not have heard of, is Coleorhyncha. These are the moss bugs, a small, ancient lineage with only around 30 living species. They're found in places like Australia, South America, and New Zealand, all landmasses that were once part of the ancient supercontinent Gondwana. All known species are flightless and live in damp moss, often near southern beech trees. Finally, there's Occanorhyncha, which includes cicadas, leafhoppers, and froghoppers. Most of these are excellent jumpers, and some, like cicadas, are known for being incredibly loud. In fact, cicadas are the loudest insects on Earth. Back to Heteroptera, sometimes called the typical bugs. They are easy to spot, thanks to a distinct wing structure that sets them apart from the rest of Hemiptera. Like other insects, they have 4 wings. The hind pair are standard, but the front pair are something special. They're called hemelytra. These are partially hardened. For example, in stink bugs, the base of the wing near the body is tough and protective, while the outer half remains thin and flexible. The name hemelytra comes from beetle forewings called elytra, which are fully hardened and form a tough shell over the back. In beetles, these wings protect the body but can't be used for flight. In contrast, Heteropterans strike a balance. Their hemelytra provides some protection, but still function in flight. The prefix hemi means half in Greek, so the name literally means half an elytron. Heteroptera is the largest suborder of true bugs, with somewhere between 42 to 45,000 species. That's slightly more than Ochenorhyncha, and far more than the other two suborders. With so many species, there's a huge range of forms and lifestyles. To make sense of that diversity, taxonomists divide them into 7 infraorders. Let's take a quick tour. Onychocephalomorpha is considered the most primitive. These are the gnat bugs, a small group with only about 400 species, most of which fall into a single family. There's some taxonomic debate about whether a few others belong here too. Most species live in tropical or subtropical areas. They usually have elongated heads, asymmetrical antennae, and forelegs adapted for grasping prey. Next is Dipsocoromorpha, an even smaller group with about 300 species. These are the minute litterbugs, tiny humpbacked insects often less than 3 mm long. They have long whip-like antennae and strong hind legs for jumping. You'll find them in moist microhabitats like moss, soil, under bark, or deep in leaf litter. The last infraorder in this more ancient clade is Geromorpha, best known for pond skaters and water striders. About 2,300 species have been described, and all are adapted to life on the surface of the water. Their long, slender legs are covered in water-repellent hairs, letting them glide across ponds, lakes, and slow streams. On the more derived side of the family tree, we start with Leptopodomorpha, or the shore bugs. With around 400 species, they're found worldwide in temperate and tropical areas. As the name suggests, they tend to live near water, on shorelines, mudflats, salt marshes, or wetlands, though they're technically land-dwelling. Then comes Nepomorpha, the true water bugs, including giant water bugs, back swimmers, water boatmen, and the focus of this video, water scorpions. This group has about 2,000 species, and unlike pond skaters or shore bugs, most of them are fully aquatic. While others live on or near water, Nepomorpha species live in water. Simicophora contains around 20,000 species. It's a diverse bunch, including assassin bugs, bed bugs, plant bugs, and minute pirate bugs. Their diets vary. Some are predators, others are parasites, others still are herbivores, and their mouthparts are highly specialized to match. All are adapted for piercing and sucking, but the exact structure varies with their feeding strategy. Finally, there's Pentatomomorpha, with around 20,000 species. These include shield bugs, stink bugs, seed bugs, and jewel bugs, among others. Most have distinct shield-like shapes. Unlike simicomorphs, which span a wide range of lifestyles, pentatomomorphs are mostly herbivores, though some, like certain stink bugs, are predators. Returning to Nepomorpha, the true water bugs have several features that distinguish them from other heteropterans. For one, their antennae are reduced and usually hidden, tucked under the head. They also lack ocelli, simple, light-sensing eyes found in many other insects. In fact, Nepomorpha is the only infraorder in Heteroptera where ocelli are entirely absent. Most species live in fresh water. The only exception is the superfamily Octoroidea, the toad bugs and velvety shore bugs. But even they stick close to rivers, lakes, or wetlands. The roughly 2,000 species in Nepomorpha are split into 12 families, grouped into 7 superfamilies. I won't list all of them, but here are a couple of notable ones. The water boatmen and Coryxidae are easily recognised by their flattened front legs, which they use like oars, hence their common name. Most are found in freshwater habitats around the world. Interestingly, unlike most true water bugs, some species are herbivorous, feeding on algae or aquatic plants. Back swimmers in the family Notonectidae look similar to water boatmen, but they swim upside down. That's the easiest way to tell these two families apart at a glance. The closest relatives of water scorpions are Belostomatidae, the giant water bugs, also known as toe biters or alligator ticks. These are true to their name. Not only are they the largest insects in Heteroptera, they're also the biggest in the entire order Hemiptera. The largest species, in the genus Lithoceras, can grow over 12 centimeters, almost 5 inches in length. There are about 170 species, most of which are in Central and South America. Others are found in Africa and North America. Their bodies are broad and flattened, and their forelegs are adapted to grasp and hold prey. They are specialized predators, and thanks to their size, they can tackle much larger prey than most other water bugs. That includes insects, snails, and crustaceans, but also small vertebrates like fish, tadpoles, baby turtles, and even young water snakes. Another fascinating feature is their parental care. Most insects lay eggs and walk away, but not these guys. In many species, the male takes on the parenting role. Females lay their eggs directly on the male's back, and he carries them until they hatch. In species where the eggs are laid on vegetation instead, the male still guards them. This role reversal means it's the female who competes for mates, a rare dynamic in the insect world. As fascinating as the giant water bugs undoubtedly are, it is their closest relatives we're here to spotlight. The water scorpions, in the family Nepidae. With around 250 known species spread across 14 genera, they're divided into two subfamilies. Water scorpions have a variety of body shapes, from flattened forms resembling giant water bugs to slender stick-like bodies. Despite this diversity, they all share a distinctive long, slender structure extending from the tip of their abdomen. Often mistaken for a tail or stinger, this structure is actually a respiratory siphon. Made up of two filaments that lock together, the siphon functions like a snorkel, allowing the insect to access air from above the water surface while the rest of the body remains submerged. Despite their often intimidating appearance, water scorpions are slow-moving insects, well adapted for a sit-and-wait hunting strategy. Their middle and hind legs are slender and mainly used for walking along the bottom or clinging to submerged plants rather than swimming. While they can swim short distances if disturbed, they generally prefer to remain still, anchored in vegetation within shallow, calm waters such as ponds and marshes. Respiration in water scorpions is closely linked to their morphology. Using their tail-like siphon, they draw air from the surface while keeping most of their body submerged. The siphon consists of paired filaments forming a tube that extends above the water, allowing air to enter through spiracles at its base. This air then travels through internal tubes called tracheae, supplying oxygen throughout the body. In some species, water scorpions also trap small bubbles of air beneath their wings or abdomen, which serve as temporary air reserves when they dive or remain underwater for extended periods. The siphon and these behavioral adaptations enable water scorpions to breathe efficiently while staying concealed from both prey and predators. Similar to the giant water bugs, the front legs of water scorpions have been modified into raptorial forelimbs used for grasping prey. They are predators, feeding on aquatic invertebrates and other insects, but will occasionally take small fish and tadpoles as well. Water scorpions are generally slow-moving and rely on stealth rather than speed to capture prey. Most species are ambush predators, lying in wait among aquatic plants or debris with their raptorial forelegs held ready. When an unsuspecting insect or small fish passes by, they strike with surprising speed, grasping the prey and injecting digestive enzymes to begin feeding. To support this hunting strategy, many water scorpions use their middle and hind legs to anchor themselves to submerged vegetation. Some species prefer shallow, still waters, ponds, marshes or rice paddies, where dense plant life offers cover and an ideal environment for hunting. Like many aquatic insects, water scorpions rely heavily on mechanical sensors to navigate and hunt in their environment. Their eyes are functional, but not especially well developed, and rather than depending on vision, they use a range of mechanoreceptors to detect movement and maintain orientation. Distributed across their legs and body are fine sensory hairs that respond to vibrations and water currents. These hairs allow water scorpions to detect disturbances in the water, such as the swimming movements of potential prey, even when they remain motionless themselves. They are known as trichoid sensilla and are a common feature in aquatic insects that hunt by ambush. In addition to surface hairs, water scorpions also possess internal stretch receptors located within their joints. These proprioceptors help the insect keep track of limb position and body posture, even in low visibility conditions. This is especially useful for an animal that often remains still for long periods while clinging to submerged vegetation. The legs also carry structures known as campaniform sensilla, tiny dome-shaped sensors embedded in the exoskeleton that respond to strain and pressure. These give the water scorpion constant feedback about mechanical stress, such as shifts in water flow or changes in support when gripping a surface. While many insects use their antennae primarily for chemical sensing, in Nepidae, the antennae are short and less exposed and likely serve more in mechanosensory roles. In particular, the Johnston's organ, a sensory structure found in the second antennal segment, may help to detect water displacement or vibration, though it is less developed than in more active or flying insects. Together, these sensory systems allow water scorpions to detect prey, avoid threats, and maintain orientation in their aquatic habitats, all without needing to rely much on their vision or active movement. Water scorpions follow the hemimetabolous development pattern seen in other hemipterans, where eggs hatch directly into nymphs that look like smaller versions of the adults. However, their reproductive strategies include some fascinating adaptations to their aquatic environment. Females lay their eggs on submerged or emergent plants, and sometimes on soil near the water's edge. Some species produce eggs with specialized respiratory structures called respiratory horns, slender projections that extend from the egg's surface above the water. These allow gas exchange, helping embryos breathe even when partially submerged in low oxygen conditions. Once hatched, the nymphs resemble miniature adults, but lack fully developed wings and the respiratory siphon. They undergo several molts, gradually growing larger and developing adult characteristics. Nymphs live in similar habitats as adults and are predatory from an early stage, feeding on small aquatic invertebrates. Development from egg to adult can take several weeks to months, depending on factors like temperature and food availability. Like adults, nymphs rely on camouflage and stillness to avoid predators and effectively ambush prey. Water scorpions share their aquatic habitats with a variety of predators, including fish, frogs, aquatic birds, and larger predatory insects. To avoid becoming prey, they rely heavily on camouflage and stealth. Their body shapes and coloration allow them to blend seamlessly with submerged vegetation, sticks, and leaf litter. This cryptic appearance makes them difficult to detect in the still waters they inhabit. Additionally, their habit of remaining motionless for long periods reduces the chance of attracting predators. The respiratory siphon also plays a defensive role. By extending this thin tube to the water's surface, water scorpions can breathe without exposing their bodies, minimizing their visibility to predators. Unlike some related hemipterans, water scorpions do not produce strong chemical defenses. Instead, their survival depends largely on remaining hidden and striking quickly if disturbed. The two subfamilies within Nepidae, Nepinae and Renatrinae, showcase distinct adaptations reflecting their different lifestyles. Let's take a closer look at some of the genera within each subfamily and what makes them unique. Members of the subfamily Renatrinae are characterized by long, slender bodies that mimic twigs or stems, an excellent camouflage strategy for life among aquatic vegetation. By far the largest genus in both this subfamily but also the entire family is Renatra, which includes roughly 40% of all known water scorpion species. These insects are widely distributed and unmistakable in appearance, with long twig-like bodies. They cling vertically to submerged stems and leaves, blending into their surroundings so effectively that they are often overlooked entirely. Despite their delicate appearance, they are effective ambush predators, using their spiked forelegs to snatch passing prey with speed and precision. Other genera within Renatrinae are more geographically restricted. Circot metis includes species mainly found in Asia and Australasia. They share similar body plan with Renatra, but differ in subtle morphological traits such as leg proportion and siphon structure. Austronepa and Goandnomdonepa are both native to Australia. These genera are less well studied, but represent unique evolutionary lineages adapted to specific freshwater habitats across the continent. Their rarity and localized distributions highlight the ecological diversity that exists even within a single family of insects. Together, the genera of Renatrinae demonstrate how variations on a shared body plan can lead to specialization across different environments, from still ponds and marshes to more dynamic or seasonal aquatic habitats. The subfamily Nepinae includes genera with a more robust flattened body plan, well adapted for life among the debris and sediment at the bottom of freshwater habitats. Unlike their slender, renaturine relatives, Nepines often appear wider and heavier, using stillness and camouflage as their primary strategy for survival and hunting. The most familiar genus is Nepa, found across Europe and parts of Asia. These insects have a distinctive, broad body shape and are often found in ponds and marshes where they remain motionless, buried in detritus or tucked among plant stems, waiting to ambush unsuspecting prey. Closely related is Leucotrophes, a widespread genus found throughout Africa, Asia, and Australia. With around 60 described species, it makes up roughly 20% of all known water scorpions, making it the second largest genus in the family after Renatra. These species often have slightly more elongated bodies and longer siphons. Leucotrophes species are highly specialized for low oxygen, stagnant waters, and some can survive temporary droughts by burrowing into mud, a remarkable adaptation to fluctuating freshwater environments. In the Americas, the genus Charicta plays a similar ecological role. These species are typically found in slow-moving tropical waters and, like other Nepines, are highly effective ambush predators. Several smaller or more regionally restricted genera add further diversity to the group. Borborophilus and Borborophyus are known from parts of Africa and Asia, while Montanepa and Telmatotrephes are found in specific regions of Southeast Asia and Australasia. Paranepa, Nepala, and Nepeta round out the group, each occupying more specialized ecological niches or limited geographic ranges. Though some are poorly known, their inclusion illustrates the breadth of morphological and ecological variation within Nepinae. Taken together, these genera show how a single generalized body form, the broad-bodied bottom-dwelling ambush predator, has been shaped by evolution into many distinct lineages, each finely tuned to their own local conditions. From the slender, twig-like forms of Renatra to the broad, mud-dwelling Nepa, the family Nepidae reveals just how diverse and adaptable a single group of insects can be. These remarkable creatures are more than just curiosities of freshwater habitats. They are finely tuned predators, shaped by millions of years of evolution to thrive in a wide range of aquatic environments. And while they might go unnoticed beneath the surface, their diversity, behaviour, and adaptations make them an important and fascinating part of freshwater ecosystems. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into these fascinating aquatic predators. Water scorpions have many unique adaptations, perfectly suited for their habitat and diet. From their snorkel-like siphon to their impressive camouflage, they are often overlooked but vital components of freshwater ecosystems. So, if this video sparked your curiosity, don't let it stop here. Share it, talk about it, and keep learning. The more people who know about insects like the water scorpions, the better chance we have to ensure they're still here for generations to come. Thanks for watching. If there's another fascinating species you'd like to learn more about, let me know in the comments below.